Picture a picturesque suburban neighborhood with neatly trimmed lawns and friendly neighbors waving hello. In this seemingly perfect setting lived the Henderson family, John, Mary, and their two children, Emily and Jack. They were the model family, admired and envied by all. John was a successful lawyer, and Mary was a beloved teacher at the local school. Emily, at 12, was sharp and observant, while her younger brother Jack was a carefree 8-year-old who loved to play. To the outside world, the Hendersons were living the American dream, but behind closed doors, an unimaginable horror lurked. From a young age, Emily felt a strange unease in her home. Her parents' love seemed conditional, and their smiles, while warm, had an eerie quality. She couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong. Jack, however, remained blissfully unaware, enjoying the affection and attention from their parents. Emily's unease grew as she got older, and she started noticing peculiar things. A locked basement door that her parents forbade her from opening, late-night whispers that sounded like chanting, and her parents let her unexplained absences during certain nights of the month. One stormy evening, as thunder rumbled and rain lashed against the windows, Emily decided to explore the attic. She was working on a school project that required old family photographs. Among the dusty boxes and cobwebs, she discovered an old, ornate chest. Curiosity piqued. She opened it to find a collection of letters, photographs, and diaries. As she read through them, a sinister story began to unfold. The letters were exchanges between her parents and unknown individuals, discussing dark rituals and ancient family secrets. The diaries revealed that the Hendersons were part of a secretive cult that thrived on fear and suffering, using dark magic to maintain their facade of perfection and prosperity. The chilling revelation was that the next ritual required a blood sacrifice, an innocent life, and Jack was the chosen one. Emily's heart pounded with fear and determination. She knew she had to protect her brother and uncover the truth. She confided in her best friend Sarah, who was initially skeptical. However, Emily's palpable fear and the disturbing letters convinced Sarah to help. Together, they devised a plan to gather evidence and expose the Hendersons. They began by setting up hidden cameras throughout the house, hoping to capture any incriminating activity. For weeks, they watched the footage, growing more anxious with each passing day. One night, they finally caught a break. The cameras recorded John and Mary in the basement, dressed in dark robes, chanting in an ancient, unrecognizable language. Emily and Sarah watched in horror as the Hendersons prepared an altar, inscribing ominous symbols around it. This footage was undeniable proof of the dark rituals. With the evidence in hand, Emily and Sarah went to the police. The officers were initially skeptical, dismissing their claims as overactive imaginations. However, once they saw the footage, their skepticism turned to alarm. A raid was quickly organized, and the Henderson house was turned upside down. John and Mary were arrested, their dark secrets exposed to the world. The neighborhood was in shock, unable to fathom that the friendly, perfect Hendersons were involved in such sinister activities. Emily and Jack were taken into protective custody, their lives forever changed. The betrayal of their parents left deep emotional scars, but they found strength in each other and in the friends who helped them unveil the horrifying truth. They were relocated to a new town, far from the memories of their traumatic past. Slowly, they began to rebuild their lives, finding solace in the normalcy of their new surroundings. However, the story doesn't end there. Emily couldn't rest until she understood the full extent of her parents' involvement in the cult. She began researching, diving deep into the history of the cult, tracing its origins back centuries. She discovered that the cult was an ancient order that believed in harnessing dark energy through fear and sacrifice. The Henderson family had been deeply embedded in this cult for generations, each generation passing down the gruesome legacy. Emily's investigation led her to old family members and distant relatives who shared harrowing tales of the cult's influence. She uncovered more letters and artifacts, piecing together a timeline of the cult's activities. The more she learned, the more determined she became to break the cycle. She reached out to other victims of the cult, forming a support group that aimed to help those affected and expose the cult's dark deeds to the world. As Emily grew older, she turned her experience into a mission. She wrote a book detailing her family's dark history and the horror they endured, hoping to warn others and prevent future atrocities. Her story became a bestseller, shining a light on the hidden dangers that can lurk within seemingly perfect families. Years later, Emily stood on a stage addressing a packed auditorium. She had become an advocate for children in abusive and dangerous family situations, using her platform to fight against the very horrors she had escaped. Jack, now a young man, stood by her side, a testament to their resilience and the unbreakable bond of siblings who survived the unimaginable. The story of the Hendersons serves as a grim reminder that evil can lurk in the most unexpected places. It teaches us to trust our instincts, question the surface, and remember that sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones we call mom and dad. Thank you for joining us on this terrifying journey. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more chilling tales. Stay safe, and remember, sometimes the real horror lies within our own homes.